What's going on, traders? Welcome to my office and welcome to my channel. This is Trade Test Lab, where we test YouTube trade strategies to see if they are as profitable as they claim. Today we are testing a strategy called Unknown Trading View Best Indicator for Scalping. Gets 98.8% win rate scalping trading strategy by My Trading Journey. Now, after watching this video in its entirety, I gotta say this is another strategy that I think is gonna be super simple and pretty efficient. And if you watch my previous videos and you kind of get this thing that most of these strategies on YouTube, they probably work. They probably do work. They're not going to get these 98.8% win rates. They're not going to get even close to this, but they do work. If you stick with it consistently, they most likely will be profitable. And you just have to stay mentally strong through the drawdown periods and just stay consistent. And then the numbers will eventually play out. So now let's get into the indicators we need and then the strategy rules and process. So let's go over the indicators we're going to need. We're going to need an indicator called the STC, and this one is STC better MACD. Oops. So this one here, upload that to the chart, and then in the settings, what he did was take off these plots and the plots background. Next indicator is the EMA, and that is the 200 EMA. That is this white line here. And then the last one is the trend trader strategy. And the settings in this are also the default. This is this blue line here. I just made it a little thicker because I like to be able to notice it a little easier. So these are the three indicators you're going to need. And let's look at a buy setup right here. It's a very simple strategy. So step one, when we're looking for a buy, first thing we need to notice is price trading above the 200 EMA. So if it's above the 200 EMA, we're looking for buys. If it's below it, we're looking for sells. Step one, price is trading above the 200 EMA. So clearly we're looking for buys. Step two, we need to see price is above the trend trader and the candles are green. So we notice right here, we're above the 200 EMA. We have crossed above the trend trader and the candles are green at this moment in time. So far we're looking good. Step three, we need price to dip below the trend trader and the candles to turn red, but stay above the 200 EMA. So it's pretty much a retracement. So you have this push away from the 200 EMA. We're above the trend trader. We retrace, we cross below the trend trader. We have red candles. That's step three. Step four, we have price cross back above the trend trader and the candles turn green again. Step five is at that point where the candle turns green and we're above the trend trader. We want to see on the STC that it's green. All we really look for on the STC and the strategy is if it's green or if it's red. So at this point, when we get that crossover, we are green. So that is the last step. So now we are clear to take a buy. So this is how it would be set up. The stop loss would be below the latest swing. He has it in the strategy. And then in the video, he was going for a 1-to-1. I will not go for a 1-to-1. I'm going to go for a 1.5-to-1. Reason being is when we end up hitting a losing streak, and it's not if we hit a losing streak, it's when we hit a losing streak, because every strategy hits losing streaks. They're just inevitable in trading, no matter what. I don't care how good the strategy is. You're guaranteed to hit at least a 3 or 4 or 5 trade losing streak. It's just what it is. I've never seen a strategy not hit a losing streak like that. And if we were going for a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, if we hit a 4 or 5 trade losing streak, we're going to give a lot of our profits back. So I would prefer to go for at least a 1.5-to-1 risk reward ratio. That way, when we hit a losing streak, we're not giving back so much of our profits. So that's why I will not go for 1-to-1 ever. I'm going to go for, in this backtest session, I'll go for 1.5-to-1. So this is a buy setup. Now let's look at a sell. And here is a sell setup. So basically inverse of a buy. It's pretty simple. Step one, price is trading below the 200 EMA, so we're going to be looking for sells here. Step two, we are also below the trend trader and the candles are currently green. Next, we want price to retrace, cross above the trend trader, and then the candles turn green, but stay below the 200 EMA. Step four, we get to cross back over the trend trader and the candles turn green again. Turn red again. And at that point in time, when we get that crossover, we take a look at the STC and it is red. So now we are clear to take this trade. So position, we go stop loss above the swing, entry on the candle that breaks, and go for 1.5-to-1. And this one is a TP sell example for you. So those are the rules of this strategy. Pretty simple. I think it's going to be a pretty efficient strategy. I think it should be decently profitable. Obviously, it's a trend trading strategy, as most strategies are. So as long as the market is trending, we should be able to get some good trades. And we're going to backtest this on Nasdaq. 1 minute time frame. We'll go through the first half of 2024, New York session only. And we'll go over the first 3 or 4 trades. And then we'll just fast forward to the rest as usual. We'll go over the results at the end. All right, and here is the actual backtest session. So a couple of things. Usually I backtest in my backtesting software, but that software does not have the indicators I need. So I'm going to do it in TradingView. The thing I don't like about TradingView is there's no way to jump to the next day when you're backtesting. So if I were to go back to, we're going to do the first quarter or the first half of 2024. So if I were to go start on Monday, and let's do 6:45, select. So it jumps to this. But once I'm done with the New York session, I'm not able to jump to the next day. In my backtesting software, I am able to do this. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do it backwards. I'm going to start at the end of the 6 months of testing. Just go to 6:30, 6:45, start here, and I'm just going to work backwards because I am able to go backwards. So I can now jump to Thursday, the next day. So that's how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to start at the ending of June, and we're going to work our way backwards and just kind of collect the data like that. I think that's the most efficient way to do it. Unfortunately, we can't just jump to the next day, jump to the next day. I think that's kind of dumb. I'll probably reach out to TradingView to see if they could add that in a future update. So, yep, that's how we're going to do this session. So we are starting right on June 28th. So right now, let's go. Right now, we're going to be looking for sells. We had the price is below the 200 EMA. We're crossed above the trend trader, so we're green. If it could stay below and then recross over, we'll look for a sell. It did not, but now we're above, so we could be looking for buys. So if this crosses below, let's just forward it a little bit. Let's slow it down so I don't miss a trade. I'll go 5x, and now let's just play it out. Okay. Pause. Okay, so we had a cross and a cross. So I missed this one, but this probably would have been a loss if I were to take this one because you had this cross below, but it never crossed below the trend trader. So now it did. So this is actually looking more valid. So if we cross back above, then we will look to take a long. If it stays above 200, it did not. Let's continue. Okay, we're looking for sells now. Okay, price crossed above the trend trader. We got some green candles. So if it crosses back over, there we go. So we have this entry right here. So we have the 200 EMA. We're below it. The candles were red below the trend trader. We crossed above it, got some green candles. Then we crossed back below it, got some red candles. So we're going to take a short position, a close of this candle, swing point, and I said I'm going to go for 1.5 to 1. Oh, and the last thing we need to look at is the STC is red currently. So, yep, we're clear for a trade. Let's take this one. Let's do sell. TP here. Stop loss here. All right, let's see how it plays out. Just play it. Okay, first trade is a win. Very nice. Now let's jump to the next day. Jump here. Okay, so here's the next day. We'll go through 2 more trades, and then we're just going to fast forward to the rest. Let's start looking for buys. Okay, we are clear to look for buys pretty soon if this crosses back over. Okay, we crossed. Let's look for a buy entry along. We'll take it on. We should have took it on this candle, so we'll just, this is fine. Swing. Go up, sorry, 1.5. Sorry, my own strategy, I usually go for 2 or 2.25. But this, we're going to go for 1.5. Everything's looking good. We got green on the STC. Yeah, we're clear. Let's take this buy. So TP here. Stop loss here. This one is a loss. So 1 win, 1 loss. Let's go through one more. This is the 27th, June 26, 624. Okay, we are going to be looking for currently, right at this moment, we're looking for sells. As this crosses back over, we get red STC. We're going to look for sell. We crossed above the 200 EMA. No trade as of right now. Okay, now we can look for buys. Above the 200 EMA, above the trend trader. Okay, now we're not looking for anything. Okay, wait for sells now. If bullish 200 cross over, we're going for sell. Okay, there it is. So we did cross back above the 200 EMA, but it didn't close. So I think this is a valid trade. We're red STC. We crossed above, crossed back below, red candle. Let's go for a short. Stop loss above the swing. 1.5. And after this one, we're just going to fast forward to the rest, and then we'll go over the results. So, stop loss. Let's go. And this is a loss. So 1 win, 2 losses. We're going to fast forward to the rest, and then we'll go over the results. And here's the results of the backtest session. So we finished with, at the 6 months, we finished with 92 trades, 40 wins, 52 losses for a win percent of 43.47%. So obviously not the, I think it was 98% win rate that it claimed, but still it was a decently profitable strategy. So from 6 months, we gained 8.4% month by month. January was the best month. Started off pretty good. And we had a negative month and 2 months with the exact same stats, 2.4% gain. We had pretty much a break-even month and then a small gain in June. So average was 1.4% per month. Average trades is 15. And yeah, so it wasn't any, there's no like outlier months, at least in these six month period. I'm sure, if we went further back, we'd maybe get like a 5%, 6% month, but just a standard kind of slow and steady type strategy. Let's look at month by month. So January, let's see, started off 2 losses, had a 3 trade win streak. Then we had a 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 trade losing streak. So we hit 4% drawdown February and March. I'm sorry, January. February was the month that we had a loss. We had a 5 trade losing streak, no, 4 trade losing streak in February. March, a little more consistent, 7 wins, 8 losses after 15 trades, 2.4% gain. I think April was the exact same stats we had. Yep, 7 wins, 8 losses, total of 15 trades. May was another very, very small loss, pretty much break-even month. Had a lot of trades. We had one stretch of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 losses in May. And then June, oh wow, hell yeah, I remember this. We had a 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no, another 6 trade losing streak, 6% drawdown in June, but we were still able to finish off the month with a profit. So overall, decent strategy. I would say this might be this is maybe, I don't want to say the worst strategy because none of the strategies I've tested are bad, but just on the list, maybe I'll start putting a list together and rankings. But this one would be on the lower end. So it is a profitable strategy through these 6 months. Would I trade this strategy? Personally, no. I think you could make it better if you added, like I said with my other strategies I've tested, if you added a higher time frame a bias and only traded that bias. So for instance, if you use the 1 hour and the 1 hour is bullish and you only take bullish trades, even if they're short setups, you just wait for bullish setups, I think that would improve the results. But yeah, overall, decent strategy, 1.4% per month, profitable. So profitable strategy.